On a serene Saturday morning in a quiet Missouri suburb, the air was filled with the scent of lilacs and the gentle hum of sprinklers. 12-year-old Emily, an autistic girl who expressed herself through vibrant chalk drawings, knelt on her family's driveway, meticulously sketching Saturn's rings. Her mother watched from the porch, coffee in hand, while her grandmother, Linda Bishop, a 68-year-old retired Detroit police sergeant, sat nearby, absorbed in a paperback. At 5 feet 2 inches and dressed in a bathrobe, Linda seemed unassuming until two men in tactical vests labeled HOA enforcement disrupted the peace. Claiming Emily's chalk art violated non-existent HOA rules, they escalated from threats to action, grabbing her wrist as she yelped in fear. Linda's response was swift and formidable. With 30 years of law enforcement experience, she issued a calm, 3-second warning. "Unhand my granddaughter." When the men scoffed, she moved like lightning, disarming the first with a precise twist that sent him face first into the pavement, his sunglasses skittering across the grass. The second, lunging with zip ties, met a similar fate, his shoulder wrenched in a motion that left him screaming. Neighbors watched, stunned, as Linda stood over the imposters, her authority undeniable. These men were not HOA officials, but scammers, preying on families with fake credentials. Linda's decisive intervention protected Emily and exposed their fraud, proving that courage and instinct never retire. Her actions, captured on a neighbor's phone, sparked a viral sensation, earning her the title Justice Grandma. The incident underscored a universal truth. Love and experience can triumph over intimidation. For Emily, it was safety restored. For Linda, a reminder of her enduring strength. The community rallied, preserving Emily's chalk Saturn as a symbol of resilience, while Linda's story inspired millions, showing that heroism can wear slippers and strike in seconds when a child's safety is at stake. In a tranquil Missouri cul-de-sac, where children's bikes dotted lawns and sprinklers hummed, a sinister scam unraveled on a sunny Saturday morning. Two men clad in dark tactical vests emblazoned with HOA enforcement stepped from an unmarked SUV with no license plates, their clipboards and stern demeanor projecting authority. They approached 12-year-old Emily, an autistic girl drawing chalk planets on her family's driveway, accusing her of vandalizing HOA property with her washable artwork. Citing fabricated rules like Property Violation 22A, excessive use of color on driveways, they demanded compliance, escalating to threats of fines and detainment when Emily's mother questioned their legitimacy. The men, lacking badges or IDs, were not representatives of any homeowners association, but part of a coordinated scam targeting vulnerable suburban families. Across over a dozen communities, they had exploited fear, using forged documents and intimidating gear to extort money from residents, particularly those with children, elderly individuals, or special needs. Their playbook was simple: arrive in a shell car, brandish fake violation notices, and bully families into paying or facing fabricated consequences, vanishing before real authorities could intervene. In Emily's case, their attempt to grab her wrist triggered a confrontation that exposed their fraud. Linda Bishop, Emily's 68-year-old retired police sergeant grandmother, swiftly subdued them, revealing their lack of authority. Police later uncovered a storage unit filled with printed violation slips and a voice memo where one scammer boasted, "They see the vest and clipboard and they fold every time." Not this time. The men's unregistered vehicle and blank templates confirmed their deception, leading to charges of assault, impersonation, and attempted kidnapping. Linda's intervention not only protected her granddaughter but also shattered the illusion of power these scammers wielded, sparking a broader reckoning. The viral video of the takedown fueled public outrage, prompting legislative proposals to mandate ID badges for community officers and protect citizens from such fraud. Emily's chalk Saturn, preserved in resin, became a beacon of resistance against those who prey on trust, proving that fake authority crumbles when met with truth and courage. On a quiet Saturday morning in a Missouri suburb, what began as a peaceful scene of 12-year-old Emily drawing chalk planets on her family's driveway spiraled into a confrontation that would echo far beyond their cul-de-sac. When two men posing as HOA enforcement officers attempted to detain Emily for her harmless artwork, her grandmother, Linda Bishop, a 68-year-old retired Detroit police sergeant, intervened with swift, decisive force, subduing the scammers in seconds. This dramatic moment, captured on a neighbor's cell phone, ignited a viral phenomenon that transformed a local incident into a national symbol of resilience and justice. Within 24 hours, the video, showing Linda's calm countdown and takedown of the imposters, amassed 2.3 million views on social media platforms like TikTok and Facebook, with a caption that read, "She warned them." They didn't listen. By the third day, local news outlets picked up the story, and within a week, it aired on Good Morning America, captivating millions. Linda, who still uses a flip phone and shuns the spotlight, became an unlikely folk hero, dubbed Justice Grandma and Cop Nana by online communities. Memes proliferated, one famously editing an American flag waving behind her in slow motion, though she dismissed the fame, insisting, "All I did was protect my family." The story's resonance lay in its raw authenticity, a grandmother's love triumphing over fraudulent authority, striking a chord in a world weary of bureaucracy and intimidation. Emily's chalk drawing of Saturn, smeared yet vibrant, emerged as a powerful emblem of resilience. Rather than power washing it away, the city sealed it in clear resin, preserving it like a monument, accompanied by a bronze plaque that reads, "This spot is protected by strength, love, and justice, in honor of Emily, who drew her world, and Linda, who defended it." The image of Saturn sparked a movement, with people across the country sharing chalk art under the hashtag SaturnStan, schools hosting chalk festivals, and disability advocates hailing it as a quiet revolution in color. Strangers visited the driveway, leaving notes and chalk sticks, while letters poured in, including one from a Minnesota family urging Emily to keep drawing your planets. The viral impact extended beyond inspiration, fueling legislative proposals like the Bishop Act to protect against fake enforcement scams and prompting communities to demand transparency from HOAs. Linda's stand and Emily's art became a rallying cry, proving that courage and creativity can dismantle fear, leaving a legacy etched in chalk and concrete that continues to inspire millions to stand firm against injustice. In a quiet Missouri suburb, a Saturday morning confrontation on a family's driveway exposed a chilling scam and delivered swift justice that reverberated far beyond the cul-de-sac. When two men posing as HOA enforcement officers attempted to detain 12-year-old Emily, an autistic girl, for drawing chalk planets. Her grandmother, Linda Bishop, a 68-year-old retired Detroit police sergeant, intervened with unparalleled resolve. The men, unmasked as scammers, faced severe consequences after Linda's decisive takedown, which not only protected Emily, but also sparked a broader reckoning against fraudulent authority. Investigations revealed the men were part of a sophisticated scam network that had terrorized over a dozen communities, using fake tactical vests, forged violation notices, and intimidation to extort vulnerable families. Their unregistered SUV, a shell car with no plates, contained blank templates and fabricated citations, including absurdities like excessive use of color on driveways. A hidden storage unit uncovered stacks of printed notices and a damning voice memo where one scammer bragged, "They see the vest and clipboard, and they fold every time." This time, they met Linda and their scheme collapsed. Police charged them with a litany of offenses: assault on a minor, impersonating law enforcement, attempted kidnapping, criminal trespass, fraud, and intent to extort. Their bail was denied, ensuring they remained in custody as the case unfolded. The viral video of Linda's intervention, viewed 2.3 million times in 24 hours, amplified public outrage and catalyzed systemic change. Lawmakers proposed the Bishop Act, a bill aimed at protecting citizens from fraudulent enforcement by mandating ID badges for community officers and enhancing transparency in HOA operations. Petitions flooded City Hall, demanding accountability, while talk shows dissected the dangers of unchecked HOA power and the rise of fake enforcement scams. The community's response was profound. Emily's chalk Saturn, preserved in clear resin, became a symbol of defiance, its bronze plaque declaring, "This spot is protected by strength, love, and justice." Linda's actions inspired nationwide reforms, with neighborhood watch groups formalizing ID protocols and cities enacting ordinances against impersonation. The legal and societal fallout underscored a powerful truth. Justice, when rooted in love and experience, can dismantle even the most insidious deception. For Emily's family, the charges were more than punishment. They were a restoration of safety, proving that no one could intimidate their quiet street again. Linda's legacy, etched in chalk and concrete, became a clarion call for vigilance and accountability, ensuring scammers would think twice before preying on another community. In a serene Missouri suburb, a Saturday morning that began with 12-year-old Emily, an autistic girl, drawing chalk planets on her family's driveway, turned into a battle against fraudulent authority, leaving a lasting legacy of empowerment and healing. When two men posing as HOA enforcement officers attempted to detain Emily for her harmless artwork, her grandmother, Linda Bishop, a 68-year-old retired Detroit police sergeant, intervened with swift, decisive action, exposing the men as scammers. This confrontation, captured on a neighbor's phone and viewed 2.3 million times within 24 hours, transformed the family and their community, sparking a profound journey of recovery and inspiration. For Emily, the trauma of being grabbed and threatened left her initially shaken, flinching at loud noises and clinging to her mother's hand. Yet her resilience shone through as she returned to her chalk, expanding her creations from Saturn to Jupiter, Neptune, and entire galaxies, each drawing a step toward healing. 2 weeks after the incident, she picked up a piece of stardust blue chalk and began sketching Jupiter, unafraid, knowing she was protected. In a poignant moment at a park, Emily spoke her first public word since the ordeal, Saturn, to a curious boy, signaling her recovery and newfound confidence. Her driveway, with Saturn sealed in resin and marked by a plaque honoring her and Linda's courage, became a daily ritual where she touched the drawing like an old friend, reclaiming her voice one planet at a time. Linda, despite shunning the Justice Grandma fame, embraced a new mission, joining a state task force to combat fake authority scams. Her expertise, honed over 30 years on the force, became a beacon for communities, teaching them to recognize fraud and stand firm. She muttered, "Someone has to teach these people what a real cop looks like," as she grabbed her notepad, ready to educate rather than chase criminals. To Cannes, community rallied, with neighbors returning Emily's scattered chalk and strangers sending letters like one from a Minnesota family urging her to keep drawing your planets. The viral story inspired others to act. A Texas man confronted a fake tow truck scam, and a Florida mother called police instead of paying a fraudulent fine. Linda's and Emily's triumph showed that courage and creativity can overcome fear, empowering a community to protect its vulnerable and inspiring a nation to question false authority, proving that healing and strength can emerge from even the darkest moments. In a quiet Missouri cul-de-sac, a Saturday morning clash became a powerful testament to the strength of standing against illegitimate authority. When two men posing as HOA enforcement officers attempted to detain 12-year-old Emily, an autistic girl, for drawing chalk planets on her driveway, her grandmother, Linda Bishop, a 68-year-old retired Detroit police sergeant, intervened with unyielding resolve. In seconds, she subdued the scammers, exposing their fake vests and forged documents. The incident, captured on video and viewed 2.3 million times in 24 hours, transcended a local dispute, becoming a universal lesson in courage and justice. Linda's swift action, counting down 3, 2, 1, before disarming the men, demonstrated that love and experience can dismantle even the most convincing facades of power. The men, part of a scam targeting vulnerable families, faced charges of assault, impersonation, and attempted kidnapping, proving that false authority crumbles under scrutiny. Emily's chalk Saturn, preserved in resin with a plaque declaring it a spot of strength, love, and justice, became a symbol of resilience, inspiring a nationwide movement with the hashtag #ShockSaturnStand. The story, amplified by Good Morning America and legislative proposals like the Bishop Act, underscored the importance of questioning unchecked power. It resonated deeply because it showed that anyone, even a grandmother in a bathrobe, can act decisively when protecting the vulnerable. From neighbors returning Emily's chalk to strangers sending letters, the community's response highlighted a collective refusal to tolerate intimidation. Linda's legacy, now guiding a task force against fake authority scams, teaches that justice doesn't require a badge, just the will to stand firm. This narrative challenges us all to confront deceit, whether from scammers or overreaching officials, and to act with courage even when hands shake. It's a reminder that true authority lies in truth and love, not clipboards or vests, inspiring everyone to draw their own line in chalk when faced with injustice. The story of Linda Bishop and her granddaughter Emily offers profound lessons for everyday life. When faced with intimidation or false authority, trust your instincts and question those who wield power without legitimacy, whether it's a stranger at your door or a dubious official. Linda's swift action teaches that courage doesn't require a uniform. It stems from love and a commitment to protect the vulnerable, a reminder for us all to act decisively when someone is threatened, even if our hands tremble. Emily's resilience, returning to her chalk drawings despite trauma, shows that healing and strength can emerge from adversity through creativity and community support. For seniors, this underscores that experience and grit never fade, empowering you to stand firm in your home or neighborhood. Verify identities, demand transparency, and share knowledge to safeguard others from scams. Above all, the story affirms that justice is a collective effort. Neighbors filming, strangers sending chalk, and communities advocating for change. By standing up, supporting one another, and nurturing resilience, we can all draw our own Saturn in the face of fear, creating a safer, more just world for everyone.